What's going on, golf addicts? David Barnett here of the Tour Junkies. This is the best place to be on a Monday morning, which is right here with me, giving a first look at our first impressions of this betting board for the Byron Nelson. I have not looked at any odds yet. They dropped, and I'm going to take a look at DraftKings and FanDuel, try to find some value, talk about some names that catch my eye early. This has been the place to be lately because I've been talking about some guys that I really like early on a Monday. And I mentioned these guys that you need to jump on them early because I think the odds are going to shorten, and it's happened every single week. We continue to find some prices between these two books, even, and there's probably greater disparity between other books if we included those guys, but it would take me forever. We find in a lot of value. This is why line shopping is important. But there are names that we are going to see today that we need to click today. If you like the player, if you like how he sets up for Craig Ranch and the Byron Nelson, there are going to be players you need to click right now. So, there's some players we're going to look at and their odds might get longer. Their odds might stay the same, but there's going to be some studs in here that we're all going to wish we would have clicked on Monday if you wait until Wednesday late or something like that. So let's get into it. Let's look at the top of the board. If you're watching live, thank you. First of all, give it a thumbs up. If you're not watching live, that's okay. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and comment who you think is the early value here on a Monday. We are coming off a Max Homa win. Thank you, Brian, for mentioning that. Brian Farmer, great call on our man Max. Thank you. It feels great to get off the schneid. We hadn't hit a winner since Luke List in California. God, it feels like ages ago, but it's our 10th winner of the season. Hit Max Homa at 40-1. He was on the betting card. Cam Young was on the betting card as well. Finished runner-up again on the PGA Tour. So I'm pumped about that. I'm excited about it. And if you're watching live and you want me to look up a player, let's do it. All right, so let's take a look. Let's start here with DraftKings. Now, I did the course breakdown show for TPC Craig Ranch. I played that course last year. I have a handful of friends who are members there. I talked to them a lot over the weekend. I gave you 13 minutes of all the research you're going to need for TPC Craig Ranch. If you just watch that video, take copious notes. You like that? That's a $10 word, copious. Take copious notes. You don't have to do any more research. I promise you. Like, I've got the stats, I've got the trends, I've got what we saw last year in 2021. I've got player quotes from last year. This is only the second time we've seen TPC Craig Ranch on the PGA Tour rotation, though it did host some Corn Ferry Tour events. And I talked to my member buddies at TPC Craig Ranch, and I got some intel from them as well. I will be on site at Craig Ranch Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as media credentialed. I'm excited about that. I'm going to talk to our caddy friends. I'm going to talk to our player friends. We're going to line up some stuff for future. I'm going to get all the details on the golf course. Going to ask some questions about Southern Hills as well next week for the PGA Championship. You're not going to want to miss that content. Let's get on it. 863 Kane, what up, dog? All right, here we go. So Scotty Scheffler's our man, and he should be. I mean, right? 7-1. He kicks it off on DraftKings. He's 8.5-1 on FanDuel. Texas kid, right? He is one that is rather familiar with Craig Ranch. He's mentioned that before in the past, but we won't be betting him. We don't bet favorites here on the Tour Junkies, and that's hurt us over the last few weeks. It really honestly has. Justin Thomas is 9-1. When is JT going to win again? Like what is happening? It's like he's disintegrating before our eyes. Like, he's still a super talented, and he shows you like once or twice in a tournament, one or two rounds of tournament, but then he just doesn't. He's like I don't know what that is. Like, I'm ready to see JT close the door. Now, Will Zalatoris is one I wanted to look at. I was very interested in Zalatoris. Here's our first click of the day, folks. I'm gonna let you know that right now. He is 22-1 on FanDuel. He is 14-1 on DraftKings. Hammer that FanDuel number. That's getting shorter. The, Willie Z on record last year saying this is a home game for him. Nice to sleep in his own bed. Lives right here around McKinney, Texas, and has played this place growing up. Very familiar with this place. But honestly, even if he wasn't, this place fits him to a T. Wide open fairways, bomb and gouge. The weather right now does look like we're going to have different conditions from last year. That's something I should have mentioned. Last year in 2021, the course was wet. They had a lot of rain. It was soft. They had delays. So it played a little bit different. I do think we're going to have a little more teeth in the golf course this week because there is zero rain in the forecast the entire week. Not for the practice rounds, not for the tournament. Now the wind has been fluctuating. I looked last night on Sunday night, and it was looking very blustery for the first couple days. The wind looks like it's settled down. I checked just before I went live here. So it looks like we're going to have your standard kind of Texas wind, but nothing outrageous for now. But it has been changing. this place is perfect for Will's Outdoors. If you guys are watching live and you can see him a different number, thank you, Steve. That's what I was just about to say. Will Z also 22-1 at MGM. Thank you. It would take me forever to toggle between like 5 books, but if you see some of these guys at better numbers on different books, please chime in live, or if you're watching after it's live, put that in the comments. Like, yo, DB found Willie Z at 30-1 over here at this book. But 22-1, I would pound that right now, and I'm not a short better. Like I don't bet short numbers. I mean, this being the site of Willie Z's first win makes a ton of sense. Makes a ton of sense. And this field is deep, but I still love it. He's 8. Okay, so that's Willie Z. That's our first click. Bing, bing, bong. Bing, bong. Willie Z's happening. All right. Thank you, Steve. Also the same at Caesars. Love that. Here we go. Working down the board. DJ at 18-1. Xander 18-1. Jordan 22-1. I like Jordan here, but I think let me tell you where I really like Jordan. I really like Jordan at Southern Hills next week. Like, really like Jordan at Southern Hills. So a little better number for him on DraftKings if you want that 22-1. That does make me pause a little bit. Sam Burns is the next one I wanted to see. He's 20-1 on FanDuel, also 22-1 on DraftKings. Burns finished runner-up here last year. Also is tied the course record. Shot a 62. I believe it was round 2 last year at Valero, or sorry, not at Valero, at the Byron Nelson. Shot a 62, tied the course record with Ryan Palmer, who I don't think is Ryan Palmer even in this field. But Ryan Palmer, Texas native. Yes, he is. He's playing. And he, my member friend tells me that Ryan Palmer held the course record also at 62, but it was obviously not in tournament conditions. But yeah, Ryan Palmer's another. Ryan Palmer, Sam Burns, your course record holders at 62. I definitely like Burns a lot. All right, anybody got a better value on Burns? All right, 863 Kane. He's 25-1 on Bovada. If you can hit Bovada, I definitely like that. Let's move this around. I'm getting all these damn notifications from my Scotland trip group thread that's driving me bonkers. Shut up, guys. I'm doing something. All right. Let's continue, shall we? All right. Sam Burns, I like. Brooks Koepka, 35-1. Interesting as well. What's the last thing we've seen? Now, Koepka did not play here. Oh no, he did. He missed the cut last year. But he was coming off his injury. I looked back at some old press clippings. He was coming back from his injury, saying he was fully healthy again. He really wasn't. He hasn't been great though. You know, he really hasn't. He's been very hit or miss. I mean, look at his year. Missed cut at the Farmers, 3rd at Phoenix Open. Missed cut at the Genesis, 16th at the Honda. Missed cut at the Players, 12th at the Valspar. Missed cut at the Masters. I don't know. 35-1 feels like one of those auto bet Brooks numbers, so that may be what we need to do. I don't know if it'll get bet down a whole lot. I don't think that many people are on Brooks, so you might wait on that one. But 35-1 is interesting. Joaquin Neiman's another one that I don't mind whatsoever. He's what's he at 35-1 on DraftKings, 31-1 on FanDuel. Koepka's shorter on FanDuel at 26. I'll tell you what's not going to matter at TPC Craig Ranch. This is what is not going to matter at all. Steve says Brooks was 40-1 a little earlier. Okay, so he's moving down. He's moving down a little bit. I'll tell you what's not going to matter. Scrambling is not going to matter. Even with the firm and faster conditions at TPC Craig Ranch, scrambling is not going to matter. It ranked in 2021 as the dead last bottom of the barrel in terms of difficulty scrambling since any course played on the PGA Tour and majors since 2015. So 1 year at the Byron Nelson, since 2015, that golf tournament, easiest scrambling on all of the world. Okay. So scrambling is not going to matter even with firm and fast conditions. These greens are larger. They're 6,800 square feet on average, so they're not super small. And I just don't think that matters. Plus, it's going to be a birdie fest. It is going to be a birdie fest. Without the soft conditions, is it going to get to 25 under like it did last year? Probably not. But could it get to 20? I think for sure. It's still going to be. This is still all about throwing darts. Opportunities gained is one of my favorite stats on Fantasy National this week. I want to see who's hitting it close and giving themselves as many opportunities to make birdie as absolutely possible. So let's keep working on the board. Matsuyama, okay. I'm not interested in Power. He's too short. I didn't like him last week, and Pat kind of started to talk me into him. If you like Seamus, he's 50-1 on FanDuel, 35 to 1 on DraftKings. I think I'm out. Tommy Ladd's been playing good. What's Tommy Ladd doing? Uh, let's see. He's not played here before, but he's been playing really nice, hasn't he? I mean, this year, uh, since his missed cut at the Honda, he's gone 20th, 22nd, 16th, 14th, 10th. Is he finally ready to like win on the PGA Tour and quit being a freaking poser? 40 to 1 on DraftKings. Where's Fleetwood? 55 to 1 on FanDuel. I like that. I kind of like Tommy Ladd this week, y'all. Just right off the bat. I think that's interesting. Um, I'll have to dig into the stats a little more, but I like how he's swinging it right now. I really do. Kokrak, I'm always a fan of Kokrak. 45 to 1 on DraftKings. Where is he on FanDuel? 45 to 1 on FanDuel. So that number's probably not moving a lot. Taylor Gooch. Where's Taylor Gooch been? Where the Gooch at, huh? Where the Gooch at? Where the Hooch at? Taylor Gooch played here last year, finished 39th. I feel like we haven't seen him forever. Yeah, we haven't seen him since the Masters. I don't like that. If these guys haven't played since the Masters, I don't like it. And I said that about Sheamus last week. I didn't like that we haven't seen Sheamus since the Masters. And I get they all need time off. They do. And a lot of these guys are going to be, are going to be wanting to kind of find a little form, knock the rust off before Southern Hills. But I don't like. Well, wait a minute. Did Gooch play in the Zurich? I guess that counts. I think Power did too, actually. That's not terrible. Anyway, I'm not into that. Norin could be a thing. Mav. When is Mav? Mav McNeely, 55 to 1. Give it to me. 55 to 1 on both, though. So he's probably not going anywhere. Anybody see a better number on Mav? I kind of like him, though, man. I really do. Johnny Vegas. Johnny Vegas had a good week, didn't he? Yeah, finished 9th just this past week. And I think, what did he do? He gained 10 strokes on approach and lost with his six with his driver. Holy moly. How did that happen? Wait a minute. Let me look at his accuracy. I mean, he had this surgery or whatever that everybody was talking about. Oh, yeah. He was minus 10 in fairways gained, but he was plus 8.6 in distance gained. So he just didn't hit the fairways. He probably just ripped driver all over Avenel Farm when really that was hard to do. I like Johnny V here a good bit, actually. Let's see this. Finished 9th here last year as well. Gained strokes in every category. He's a Texas dude. I think he played at UT. Anybody see a better number on Johnny V? Ooh, Steve says Mav McNeely 66 to 1 on MGM. I need to write that down. Mav 66. I might hit that. I might go ahead and hit that. You guys know I'm gonna hit Mav. Where's Johnny Vegas at on FanDuel? I like that. 45 to 1 on FanDuel. Nope. So he's a click, I think, at 55 to 1. Hadwin, nope. Bezadenhout, nope. Champ, I'm done with Champ for right now. Although this is a good spot for him. Leishman, nope. Davis Riley, maybe. Siwoo. Siwoo's a former member here. He was a member here for quite some time. Not a member anymore. Not sure why, but obviously he's comfortable here. Finished 55th last year. Don't love that. He kind of fizzled this past week at the Wells, but he still gained strokes in every category except for putting. The approach play wasn't tremendous, but his last 4 events, he's gained strokes tee to green. His last 4 events, that's solid. He's playing really well. I don't know if is he. He could win. Certainly could. He could win. Maybe he's a top 20 bet. Where is he on FanDuel? Let's see. Where are you, Siwoo, my South Korean prince? Do you guys see him? Why does this happen every week? Every week there's like a name or two that I just cannot find anywhere. Oh, there he is. 50 to 1 on FanDuel. So he's a better value, 65 to 1 on DraftKings. That could be one that we go ahead and take the pine time. All right, thank you, Steve. Steve's coming in clutch. Steve Dove's coming in clutch. Oh yeah, Brian, you're right. Gooch did play in the Zurich with Homa. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Mito could be worth it. 65 to 1 on DraftKings. Mito did not play here last year. Obviously, I don't think he quite hit his battlefield exemption just yet. but playing well, scoring a lot. I love him in DraftKings. He's going to make a ton of birdies. This is a birdie fest. I like this for Mito. This is definitely a spot for him. 65 and we've seen first time winners win at the Byron a good bit. Even though this is a course we've only seen once, I think it's interesting. Where is Mito on FanDuel? Mother F. Oh, 75 to 1 on FanDuel. Okay, Mito's a click. He is officially a click. Look at Jason Day. Now, Jason Day comes out on Thursday, and everybody just is in my messages and telling me what a loser I am because I badmouthed him in the Nut Hut in our Wednesday night chat. Somebody liked him, which is fine. He finished 15th. Great, good for him. He did gain 6.5 strokes approach, but he didn't win. Everybody was like victory lapping on Thursday. It pisses me off. That's interesting for J Day. I like that a lot. If he's hitting his irons that well, holy crap. He is not. Look at this. We haven't seen Jason Day in a month since Valero. What did he do? Did he go see a new instructor? I don't know. What did he do? He sell his soul? Because we haven't seen Jason Day gain 6.4 strokes or more on approach since the PGA Championship in August of 2020. Before that, we haven't seen him do it since, hold up, got to keep scrolling, since the PGA Championship. Wow, he really likes the PGA Championship. In July of 2016. That was the third highest strokes gain approach total in a single tournament for Jason Day since 2016. Now, what did he do in the weeks after he did that? He gained almost 2 strokes at the Northern Trust, literally a month later after he did it in 2016. And then after he did it at the PGA in 2020, he lost 7 strokes. That was cool. So what's he going to do now? I don't know. Could he keep it going? That's interesting. Jason Day. So Day is 65 to 1 on DraftKings. Wow, man. I mean, that's bananas. All right, where's Jason Day on FanDuel? Jason Day. I have all this. Oh, he's 45 to 1 on FanDuel. Yikes. That might be one we go ahead. If you want it, 65 to 1 on Jason Day. That could be one to pay attention to, folks. That could be one. Yeah, Steve says 65 is the best number you've seen. Okay. Let's keep working. Let's see. 45 to 1. Okay. Yeah, and again, if I'm passing over some guys you guys want me to talk about, hit me. I love Aaron Wise here, 65 to 1 on DraftKings, 50 to 1 on FanDuel. I mean, Wise is going to win again. I just feel like he's going to win again. He finished 55th here last year. He won this tournament 2018 in a different golf course. Just come off finishing 6th at the Mexico Open, where he gained strokes across the board, including nearly 8 with his irons. He's just playing really well. I think Wise is for sure. I know we all feel like we continue to get suckered in with Aaron Wise, but I think there's a reason. Like, the kid is obviously talented. He's a winner on the PGA Tour. He's done it once. I'm sure he's hungry to get it done again. So I like him at 65 to 1. That might be one that I'll be paying attention to as well. So Kokrak's 50 to 1 on Bovada. I like that there. 863 Kane Daddy. Nick Marsh wants me to look at Thigala. Yes, I would probably stop at his name anyway. We'll probably get to him here in a second. Let's see. EVR, Keith Mitchell, Ryan Palmer's 80 to 1 if you want any of that. Straka's 80 to 1. Man, he killed me in my DFS lineups last week. Lanto continues to play well. He's at 80 to 1. I don't mind that. Kazire likes this place a lot. He's at 100 to 1. Cage Lee, 100 to 1. We're not touching. Hoagie, 110. Matt Wolf played good, huh? Matt Wolf played good last week. That was surprising to see. I like that. I like that kid. I really do. He talks a lot. He talked to. So, one of the things we say down here in the South, he talked the horns off a billy goat. He sure as hell would. What's crazy is he finished 25th at the Wells Fargo, gained 0 strokes off the tee, like dead even off the tee, probably because of the fairways. But 2 strokes with his irons, 2 strokes around the green, 2 strokes putting. I love that for Matt Wolf. This is probably a great spot for him. Um, did not play here last year. So let's see. Wolf is 130 to 1. Like that's way too long for Matt Wolf. He's 100 to 1 on FanDuel. I like that. I think that's worth a stab, and I bet that number gets bet down. I bet Matt Wolf's number comes in more like 100. Um, I really do like that. That's very interesting. Dylan Fratelli's also 130 to 1. This is kind of the range where we see every year or every week, like DraftKings tends to have a little better numbers, this 100 to 1 or 100 to whatever. Dylan Fratelli, bomber, um, played at UT, I think, as well. Gain strokes across the board, except lost 4 on the putting greens at the Wells Fargo. I don't love that, just because I do want you to come in like doing something with the putter, because you're gonna have to make a lot of putts because you're gonna have to make a lot of birdies. We'll see if anything changes and when I run like a model for Dylan Fratelli, but for now I'm probably out. Scott Stallings, great note. Sahith is 150 to 1 on DraftKings. That is a definite clickable. Let's see. Where is Sahith on FanDuel? Oh, by the way, it's Sahith. I learned that. I listened to his interview on No Laying Up. Fantastic interview. I'm a big fan of that kid. He's 80 to 1 on FanDuel. Oh my God, we're pounding that on DraftKings, 150 to 1. Um, definitely a interesting number for Thigala. Let's see. See what he's been doing. I think the kid's obviously ready to win. He's been tested. He talked about how when when he came down the stretch at Phoenix and earlier in the year when he finished 8th at the Sanderson, both of those Sundays, he talked about how he just learned a lot. He learned a lot about himself, and he learned about how to handle things. And I thought that was very interesting. Great interview on the No Laying Up podcast. Strongly recommend you listen to it. And then he told us how to say his name, which is Sahith, which is going to take me a second, but I'm going to try to get it done. But Sahith, 24th at Mexico. I think that's kind of a similar setup to this place. Wide fairways, hit a lot of greens and reg, do your thing. So I think he's worth it at that long a number. Wolf and Thigala at 150 to 1. I like that a lot. Anybody else down in the depths? We in the depths, daddy. Austin Smotherman, 250 to 1 on DraftKings. Let me tell you something about Austin. Played in Texas. I think he played at SMU actually. But my boy, Austin Goggart, caddying for him last week for the first time, leads him to a top 30 finish. Yeah, he's 160 to 1 on FanDuel, so definitely a better number, clickable number there on DraftKings. But my boy Goggart you know, led him around the course last week at the Wells Fargo on his way to a 25th place finish. Goggart the week before led Patrick Rogers to a top 10, which is really tough to do. Okay. And Smotherman's a ball striker, man. He's just a good ball striker. Struggles around the greens, but like I said, that counts for nothing here. Like I just don't care. That is his worst. That's his worst thing. If you look at his PGA Tour performance, um, you know, tee to green in terms of ball striking, off the tee and approach, very solid player. Um, very familiar, very comfortable playing in Texas. I don't know how local he is to the McKinney, Texas area, but played at SMU. I know Bryson played at SMU. He's played here a ton. I don't know if that's why, but I'm not good with my Texas geography. We saw Smotherman finish 11th at the Farmers. That's his best finish. Is this kid ready to win? Probably not. But I mean, KH Lee won at 200 to 1, and also it was not a cupcake field, but it was a solid field. So I think Smotherman is interesting at 250 to 1. He's probably more of a top 10 or he's probably more of a top 20 bet, honestly. He's 40 to 1 to finish top 10. I don't think DraftKings has. Oh yeah, they do. They have their top 20s out right now. Okay. Is there any other names in the outright section that you guys want me to look at or kind of want to, take a peek at? Let's throw them out there now. Otherwise, I kind of want to look at a couple top 20 bombs these Smotherman, Sahith, Wolf, definitely interesting. Let's get to some of these bomb top 20s. Definitely some shorter top 20s we all love, of course, but let's see. I'm scrolling. What? Scrolling. Smotherman 7 to 1 top 20. I love that. Absolutely love that. Let's hit that. What else? Sahith is 5 to 1. I like the Smotherman line better, honestly. Wolf is 4 to 1. I like that. I like the 4 to 1 Wolf number a lot. Um, Yeah, I like the 4-1 number. I like the Wise. Wise is plus 230. Love that. McNeely in Vegas are plus 210. Love that. Yeah. So that's what I'm digging. That's what I'm Kitayama. Steve's asked me about Kitayama. Let me look at Kitayama here. I gotta say, I haven't yet found myself pulling the trigger on old Kurt very often. But obviously he's doing a damn thing right now. Runner up in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, dude, why not ride the hot hand? Runner up in Mexico, 15th at Wells Fargo. His ball striking off the tee in the last two events, he's gained 5.9 strokes off the tee. In his last two events on approach, he's gained 12.6. Yo, that is killing it. Didn't play here last year. What's his number, Steve? Steve says Kitayama is 65 to 1 on FanDuel, 150 to 1 on DraftKings. Yeah. That may be certainly a click. Let's see why would I say maybe certainly? That is the dumbest thing I've said as of 10:58 this lovely Monday morning. Let's see. Kitayama. Dang, let's take that one to Pine Time. Thank you, Steve. Steve's making a lovely contribution to the great value, first look betting show presented by Covers, where winning starts at Covers. Go to covers.com, check it out. So yeah, dude, and he's 5-1 top 20. God. All right. All right, let's summarize for the people. There's a lot of names here. I'm not saying bet all these guys. I'm just saying these are the first ones I really like. Over on FanDuel, it looks like the shorter names are the ones we like. Willie Z at 22 to 1 on FanDuel. Yes. Tommy Fleetwood at 55 to 1 on FanDuel and Mito Pereira at 75 to 1 on FanDuel. Those are the better values, all names that I'm intrigued by. Hopping over to the DraftKings side, McNeely in Vegas at 55 to 1. Maybe Siwoo at 65 to 1. I'll see Siwoo on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm going to ask him straight up. I'll be like, dude, are you winning this week, or are we just kind of dicking around? What are we doing? I need to know. He'll tell me. He really will. Jason Day at 65 to 1, potentially. Aaron Wise at 65 to 1 is for sure probably a click for me. Matt Wolf at 130 to 1 on DraftKings, as well as 4 to 1 to top 20. I like both of those numbers. Why am I talking like an idiot today? Sahith Theegala at 150 to 1 outright, 5 to 1 top 20. Really like that top 20 number. Not sure if I'll hit the 150. Smotherman at 250 to 1 on DraftKings, 7 to 1 top 20. Love that. Johnny V, Maverick plus 210 to top 20. And then the Steve Dubb special, Kurt Kitayama, 150 to 1 outright on DraftKings, yet 65 to 1 on FanDuel. Definitely some value there. And he's 5 to 1 to top 20. Absolutely love this. So thank you guys. This has been probably our most interactive first look show that we've ever had. Thank you. That's great. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Kane, Nick, all you other people in here chatting it up with me. Gomes, whoever you are, Brian, you guys are the best. Chris is in here. Steve Dubb is all up in this place. All right, listen. So like the video, comment on the video, please. Subscribe to the channel, share it. Click the share link, and just text it to yourself. Because we're hearing that YouTube just likes it when people hit the share link. So just hit the share link, text it to yourself if you can't text it to anybody else. But we'd love for you to text it to somebody else and say, yo, these guys are fun. These guys are good. Let's have a good time. Let's bet on some golf. Let's make some money. Let's hit some early numbers if you're in a legal betting state. And let's bend over our bookie. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for watching. More content, podcast tonight, all this good stuff. I'll be on site, like I said, at TPC Craig Ranch. So be on the lookout. If you're in the Nut Hut, you're going to get all kind of details from my visit to Craig Ranch. All right. That's it for me. DB is out, y'all. See ya. Take me to Pine Time. Take me to Pine.